Hey designers and developers, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel Design with Pramod. Let's do designing together. I hope you guys might be knowing that Figma has released its very cool features, and those are two guys, and one is like Figma Make and one more is like Figma Sites. And these two different features are life-saving guys for the developers and designers too. And I'll be quickly showing you guys how this Figma Make is helping developers and designers to speed up their work. For the designers, they don't have to create any more micro interactions now. If we hand off this sample to the developers, they can actually convert this into live working code guys, and let's quickly see how those are working into tool. If you guys can see here, we have simple looking help page. This is related to the food delivery app. All right, so I just made the sample screen here so we can do this in responsive way. And for the designer side, if we see here, so designer doesn't have to do micro interactions here. With my creativity, what I'll do, I'll try to design this page in such a way that these all things are looking cool. After this one, what I'll do, I'll try to hand off this to the developers and they will actually use the Figma Make to convert this into code. And let's quickly see how we can do that and how we can modify each and every sections depends on the user's needs. Figma Make has very cool features. From here, what we'll do, we'll try to copy this frame, whatever we have here. By clicking on Command C, what I'll do, I'll try to copy this frame. All right, so I'm just copying this one. And let's go to the Figma Make now. And let me go to the home page. From here, if you see here on this bar, we have all different features, but we want to go with only Figma Make right now. We have the here, it's like a left side panel, all right, and we have this right side section also here, which kind of has two tabs here. So one is like preview tab and one is like code tab. All right, so this has default some configurations here. All right, so we have some different icons here. I'll be quickly showing you guys how these are really helpful, and this is one of my favorite guys. You guys remember that, right? So we copied one frame that was like a help frame, and I can just copy paste that, and this actually has two different things here: attach a design, or you can actually attach the screenshot if you have the PNG there. All right, let's try to paste our copied frame here. If you guys can see here, there is a little loading arrow came here. I'm just trying very noob level of commands here. All right, so let's try to ask the AI to convert this into code. Can you please convert this to code? All right, let's hit enter. And if you guys can see here, it started running. All right, so it started understanding and it is actually making its own file structures here. And if you guys can see this section, right, it actually started creating components and it actually started creating imports and different styles here, the CSS file, whatever we want to have. And this is the global complete file structure it is trying to create here. It actually takes some time to understand what we have pasted there. And the golden thing is it is actually not replacing anyone guys here. So don't be scared of this one. If you are working on complete new project, this could be helpful in some stages. But if you are working on some redesign or if it is the product is already launched there, and if you want to have the plugin there, then the must required thing is like you have to know how the code structure works. All right, and that is very important guys. Now if you guys can see here, right, this has actually converted into perfectly working code. Within some seconds we got the result here, and that looks very magical guys. This is like a responsive screen what we have here. And if you go to the code section, all right, so we have the complete file structures here. It actually automatically created all the different sections here all together, and different imports, all different things, whatever we wanted from there, right? So this actually converted. And if you guys can see this global CSS also, right, if you guys can see that smartness, right, this has actually converted everything whatever we have pasted. This almost similar to what design we had. The main thing what we have is like gradient at the background and these cards. If you guys can see here, right, I did not do any micro interaction designer in my design, but I just added that as a screenshot or frame here, and this actually understood there could be the things inside whatever thought or assumed that there could be a section under this one. This could be having your details here. So that looks magical, right? If you guys can see here, how do I place an order on the app? So it actually gave us related content to place an order on the app, browse the available items, and this is actually a generic case, right? So this actually converted this way, and that is very magical, and that is why I started loving this feature, guys. I did not had a hover feature on it, and it actually understood this is a card. That itself added the hover state on this one and on this one too, and I can actually start customizing it. And there is one more cool feature, guys, what I loved mostly in this Figma Make, all right, and this might be very different from all the design to code tools whatever we have right now. All right, so I'll show you guys how it actually helps. So if you guys can see here, right, I'm actually trying to hover on this complete div or different divs what we have defined here, and if I hover on this card here, right, so I have the controls, the minimal number of controls what I can do. Those are very quick for me. So if I want to change the color of this icon, I can go here and I can change the color of that icon to this level. I can go to the different specific sections here. Either I can, there are two options for me right now. One is like direct controls what you can do from that level, or you can go to this, write the different prompts related to that section alone. So how we will do that? So I'm just trying to ask the AI to add the border to that card. So let's see how that actually does. Can you add border to this card? All right, so let's see how that actually adds. And if you guys can see in the left side section, right, it is actually thinking and trying to regenerate the code, and which is trying to add the border on that card. All right, so let's wait and see how that actually adds the border to that card. Not sure this error I got here, and maybe it is trying to regenerate that again. These are softwares, guys. Again, these will have the bugs, and this is still in beta, guys, so it might improve a lot in coming days. And if you guys can see that, right, so this actually converted that corner radius to this way, and this is how we can quickly change their things. All right, so if you guys can see here, I'm changing my border radius directly from here, like how we do in design tools, right? And this code section is automatically doing, and for sure those CSS will be updated there into our parent folder structure. And now if you guys can see, right, so this actually added different color border to different sections. We can actually specifically ask to keep the same color border to all the cards. And let's try to add one more thing here. What I'm doing here, I'm just asking the AI to add hover effect on this card here. So let's try to hit enter, and let's wait for the result to come. All right, so let's see how this actually generates the hover effect on each of the sections. Now, if you guys can see this, right, so I'll hover on this card. We have successfully added hover effect on these cards. All right, so if you hover on these, all right, so there is a backdrop shadow, and there is a hover color difference, whatever we have here. And this is how these AI tools are helping you guys. So if you want to have the small modifications on them, so this Figma Make is helping. So many customizations we can have here on this text alone, and all different shortcuts we can have here. And it actually goes to the code where we have changed that, and this is actually very smooth, guys. And this is how I am loving these features day by day, and this is actually helping developers and designers to refine and to make perfect designs. All right, so that's all about Figma Make, guys. Hope you guys learned something great today. If you do, hit the like button and share with the learners.